I can just say, if you if you not wanting to do it.
In the coming years. So we're very fortunate to have three wonderful guest speakers with us today to talk about the Glad Tidings Community Development Corporation and the Glad Tidings Church work and some of our previous successes as well as some of our plans for the future. Thank you again for joining us on our first live stream from the Family Life Complex and Glad Tidings Family Community Development Corporation. Today on our panel speakers, speaking on behalf of us as far as our Giving Tuesday opportunity, and I just want to take a moment to say I hope that you will consider giving to Glad Tidings Community Development Corporation. We really would appreciate your assistance as we plan for many, many great new programs, including STEM, financial literacy, health and wellness, greening the environment, and many more programs coming up in 2025. Without any further ado, I want to introduce our guest speakers today. To my left, I have Dr. Ambrose Carroll, Dr. Reverend Ambrose Carroll. He's with Green the Church. We have Miss LaDonna Thomas. She's with Alameda County Public Health Division. And then we have Dr. Calvin Wheeler, who's a renowned physician and health expert. We're very happy to have all of our guest speakers today to talk a little bit about our work and talk about some of the great things that you will be contributing to if you give to the Glad Tidings Community Development Corporation. Without any further ado, Dr. Carroll.
Thank you so much. I'm very delighted to be here on this Giving Tuesday, and indeed want to encourage you all to give to the Glad Tidings Community Development Center. They're doing so much good and godly work. Green Church, I have been fortunate to partner with them in the development of a revenue-generating microgrid to ensure that this place continues to be a light for the community, a resilient hub in times of storms, in times of fires, active shooters. Anytime that the community has a need, Glad Tidings has always been a place where the community comes for help. And we want to make sure that with that microgrid, that in times of storms, that when no one else has power, that this building will be powered, working with hospitals to make sure there's a place for triage, working with food suppliers to make sure there's food and water. All of those things can and will be done. Also making sure that there is electric vehicle charging. Our microgrid is solar, battery, and electric vehicle charging. Green the Church is so happy to be able to partner to make sure Green the Church, our pillars center around amplifying green theology, promoting sustainable practices like building efficiency, renewable energy, but also things like public health, God and nature, getting young people back out into nature, STEM, science. So we're working to help undergird the work here at Glad Tidings. We're very glad to be here, and this is a healthy place for you to sow. God bless you.
Hi, my name is LaDonna Thomas. As Dr. Benita said, I represent the Alameda County Public Health Department, Health Promotion and Community Partnerships Unit, a program within the Public Health Department that operates under the Office of the Director. The HBCP unit is dedicated to fostering community-driven solutions rooted in meaningful engagement and collaboration. Doug Edmonds and Stacey Palmer are great partners to work with in this effort. Glad Tidings is a valued member of our Community Resilience Network and an active participant in our joint venture coalitions. The coalition consists of 5 key partners: La Familia, Glad Tidings, Eden Youth and the Regional Pacific Islander Task Force, and South Haven Parish. Our partnership with Glad Tidings began in January 2022 during the height of the COVID pandemic. Since then, we have been an essential partner in promoting vaccinations and addressing critical health and wellness issues in the South Haven community. Their efforts have yielded remarkable results in the Hayward community. Their efforts have included over 42,500 community interactions, more than 400 street outreach sessions, over 40 community education meetings, and upwards of 125,000 social media engagement. Glad Tidings has played a pivotal role in delivering impactful health messaging and fostering meaningful communications and connections. Community-based organizations like Glad Tidings are vital to building resilient and healthier communities, and we are proud to collaborate with them in advancing these goals. The Family Life Center will further enhance Glad Tidings' capacity to expand their reach and deepen their impact, solidifying their role as a cornerstone of community support and resilience. We are happy to partner in community resilience.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Calvin Wheeler, and I am so delighted and happy to be here to support Glad Tidings, the church, the Community Development Corporation, as well as the new Family Life Complex. So we began working and supporting Glad Tidings about 40 years ago. My wife and I have been in the community since our relocation here in the Northern California area. And truly, Glad Tidings has been a spotlight in the Northern California area, both from the standpoint of ministry, but also from community outreach. When we first came, there was a church that still remains on Tennyson. Then that expanded over to the new church here in this complex and campus. And you can see all around here the various expansions, community development, and all of the programming that has been set up. And I think if you look and would follow Glad Tidings over the years, you'll see that it is great soil in which to plant. And so I want to just talk as a member from the community, as a person. My wife and I donated to the construction of the Family Life Complex. We've recently donated to help with the programming that will be put in place. You've heard some of the highlights of the programming, which are so critical for our young people, for our communities, where there are so many underrepresented families and youngsters within the community. And they need direction, they need support, they need mentoring. So we can do any and all of those. And I would just say to you that all of us have the 3 T's that can be part of our effort. And that is talent, treasure, as well as time. And so if you have the ability and talent to contribute your time, please do that. I know that it will be helpful. You can sow into the youngsters' lives and into their ideas, into their dreams, and hope and see that they will come to fruition. The other thing is mentoring. I've mentored over probably hundreds of young people over the last 4 decades interested in healthcare, medicine, and otherwise. And many of them have been so successful to move on to be physicians, to be physician leaders, otherwise healthcare executives, etc. So any and everything that you do can bear fruit. And so today, I think more so than any, it's Giving Tuesday. I've probably gotten 8 emails this morning already from various organizations that we support, reminding us of Giving Tuesday. So it is a keystone for so many organizations in getting their funding up before year end. It also gives you an opportunity to give and have it count toward your tax exemption for this year of 2024. So I would say step up, step in, give, and play it forward. And so it's just a delight to be here again.
Thank you, Dr. Wheeler. And thanks to all of our great community partners and friends for all that you've done to support Glad Tidings, community development, Glad Tidings Church. We couldn't do our work without you. We really, really appreciate you. I wonder if you all might, we have coming up shortly a special person is going to jump in.
Yeah, that's
All
fine.
right. If you
Okay.
like,
How many groups should I get? Do I need to keep going or is that
before
enough?
that, I asked that question. We do have another special guest who's online, and he is our renowned founder, the Bishop J.W. Macklin, who is the founder of Glad Tidings Church and Glad Tidings Community Development Corporation. He has been our founder and our leader for 46 years. And without any further ado,
I'm sorry.
take it
I'm
from
sorry.
here,
No,
Bishop.
no, Kobe, Councilman, Secretary General Keller, Mr. Smith.
Hello. Oh, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. This is Bishop Macklin here in Tampa, Florida. I'm just so glad to see everybody on today. Thank you for all who are helping and for reaching, and for those who are touching, those who are investing and planting seeds into this ministry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This, of course, is so dear to my heart, but it's dear to the Church of God in Christ there in Hayward and South Hayward in particular. We love you. We appreciate all of your help. All of you make such a big difference in what we're doing, and we can see it coming to pass. So thank you so much to Dr. Benita. Thank you so much, and Dr. Brother Moody, and all of the board members, and those of you who are pitching in today. I see Reverend Ambrose, Dr. Carroll, I see Dr. Wheeler, and I think Dr. Smith, and however many are there. Thank you again. Appreciate this effort. I've got $1,000 I want to add to this today as well. And we're just believing God that God is going to touch hearts, and we're looking forward to a great response as we continue to go forward with touching the lives of people. Thank you all so very, very much. Elder Aaron, thank you for getting me on. I'm glad to be on. God bless every one of you. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow back in California. But thank God for you.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us in our Giving Tuesday live event today, this live stream. While we're thinking about the bishop, I wonder if any of our panelists would like to say anything about our bishop in your relationship. Is there anything you'd like to say about Bishop Macklin as a leader of these great organizations and what he has brought to the South Hayward community?
Yeah, I'd love to start out. I would say, having known Bishop Macklin for 40 years, because the church had started about 6 years before Mike and I first met him. And we met him through the all Vallejo revival that 10 churches in the Vallejo community puts together the Christmas season. And we had visitors here from New York and Boston, and I was on call, so Sarah Jane and they all went to the revival that first night and were just ecstatic. Called me at work that night about midnight to say what an incredible revival that had been produced. So we went back the following night when I was off work, and that was the beginning of an incredible relationship. And got to do a lot of work with Bishop Macklin, with Lady Vanessa. This was in the early days before most of their children were born, and they worked different communities. One of the things that I always noted about Bishop Macklin was his commitment to excellence. And many of the educational programs, and Bible study programs, and syllabi that he put together were always excellent. He led with a spirit of both in ministry as well as in training and development.
I think that's a wonderful, wonderful comment, and definitely something that we've all experienced. That Bishop Macklin is a man of excellence in all of the work that he does, whether it's the church or whether it's the community. He's about excellence. You want to say something about this?
Oh my goodness, as African American clergy, Bishop Macklin is the template. He is not that old, but he's a father, right? He is one who has set out. There's nowhere you can go the length and breadth of this country and not understand not only his leadership, but also his powerful followership. He comes through with such balance, really understanding very deep theology, and also understanding and embedded within the fire of gospel ministry. It goes unstated, the power of God in this place, keeper of the south gate of Hayward. Not only he himself and his dear wife, who's been by his side, this ministry itself has taken on a culture of excellence. And so we talk about Bishop Macklin, even though he's not physically on the property, the spirit of which the elders poured into him, that he so freely pours into others, is powerful. This is good ground because there's such vision in this place. And not only his vision, but an open door for others also to practice what it means to be Christian, what it means to pray down the vision of God for the good of the community.
The good of the community. That's a wonderful statement as well about Bishop Macklin. Focus on the good of the community. Ms. Thomas, do you want to say anything? I know you had a unique experience with Bishop at one time.
Well, I've known of him. I just met him not too long ago, and he's definitely a great leader in the community. As a young child, I remember going and hearing him preach, and I didn't know that he could preach. So it's great to have this great leadership here in this community, and I can see that he's done a lot with the area, and we're glad to be partners with him for the Alameda County.
We are fortunate to have many, many great partners. We have over 40 partners with the Glad Tidings Community Development Corporation, and our partnerships are vast, and we're very fortunate that a lot of organizations value the work that we do here in the community and the for Glad Tidings. So without any further ado, because our hour is going by fast, I want to bring up another leader for our CDC, and that's our chairman of our board of directors, and is Mr. Larry Moody. Mr. Moody is been our chairman for many years and has been very successful in being part of the growth of our organization. So, Mr. Moody, would you like to have words to say on Giving Tuesday?
God bless you, Dr. McLaren. It's interesting. I am a 30-year member of Glad Tidings International Church. All right, Lisa and I have raised our 4 sons here. We are embedded in the vision of Bishop J.W. Macklin. My name is Larry Moody. I serve as the board chair for our Community Development Corporation. And I'm so glad that you are chiming in, right? And that you are considering Glad Tidings Community Development Corporation for your Tuesday giving. And let me give you another perspective on why it's important that you consider the Community Development Corporation. Wherever you may be, wherever your platforms have connected you with us today, be in an international ministry, you could be anywhere in the world right now, looking at Glad Tidings as a place to serve. And one of the things that is uniquely specific about Glad Tidings International Church is that we are here to welcome people and we are here to serve the community. We are here to welcome people and to serve the community. We are not a organization, a church that has boundaries. We will reach out and touch people however we can. We encourage our congregation members, right, to participate not only in giving but serving. And we've become known as a staple of the good work that has taken place here in South Haven. Glad Tidings is a destination point for international travelers who come into the Bay Area and they're looking for different, unique ways in which to do church. And how the church can be impactful in a community, how a church can actually live out their Christian witness in a community and really see the change that God wants to see for his people. One of the things that's uniquely encouraging about the Family Life Center here that's been named after Chester McLaughlin, a former member, and many people know as the former NFL All-Pro defensive lineman who served here for many years, is that we want this to be a community hub. Whether or not you attend Glad Tidings or not, if you are within reach of this Glad Tidings campus, we want you to know that you're welcome. And we're going to have a wide range of programs that will demonstrate our open arms, right, for the community. I'm really looking forward to this gym space that we're in right now. Having the sound for basketball, volleyball, maybe even pickleball, right? Going forward. I'm really looking forward to a lot of our young women who are in the community. We all kind of get access to gym time, gym space, right? To work on their craft, right? To come here to Glad Tidings. We're going to have dedicated time set aside to make sure our young WNBAers, right, have an opportunity to work on their craft here in the Family Life Center. Another thing that's really important for those viewers to understand is that we are a cradle to career and beyond organization. We're thinking holistic. We're thinking about our child development centers and how we can nurture the young people and the young families that are coming to Glad Tidings. They need a community hub where they can get resources on parenting, they get resources on health and wellness issues, right? How to take care of themselves. Glad Tidings will continually be that place. And with an open door approach that helps not only our congregation members, but the community at large. The other thing is that our students, our K through 12 community, our high schoolers, our middle schoolers, our elementary schools, we are going to be speaking specifically about their needs. We're going to make sure accommodations are gather us to be within the peer group. And we're going to facilitate that by bringing in some renowned speakers from around the U.S. We're going to tap them in because throughout the Family Life Center, one of the things that we see in every room are smart boards. And technology is a big signature point of the Family Life Center. That gives us capacity, right? We can connect, right? We can tap into leaders throughout the world, right? And be able to bring those forces, those skills, and bring here to the Family Life Center. For our elementary school kids,
Where you are now.
for our high school kids, our
You can take some random, not random. Everything's necessary.
here.
You take some shots.
Those who are
Let's step outside. I'm sorry, Savior. What if it's shots? Let's step outside.
Opportunity for them to really sit down and read and think out their thoughts with all the people here are.
You'll be able to see it back there?
Should get electric screen.
Okay.
Ourselves and our families. We want to be a family hub. We want families to be able to come here and be a part of whatever room they want to participate in, whether it's the STEM center, whether it's in our fitness zone, whether the children are in the youth area, in the gymnasium, you're walking around the gym, getting some exercise. We want this to be a family hub for everyone. And finally, our seniors. When we are prioritizing our seniors, right, in so many different aspects. We're talking about our food program, we're talking about our health and wellness program. But more importantly, we want to have some of our seniors meet with our young people.
I'm sorry.
About the journey of life and the pitfalls, things to be mindful, and the importance of having a
just gonna.
relationship. And we want our seniors to know.
Do you want me to move, or do you want me to just get the shots from where I'm at?
Here at Glad Tidings.
Okay.
Last thing I would say to you, give to the Community Development Corporation. Our goal today is to raise $25,000, and we want you to participate in that number, right? And you can go beyond. I want you to begin thinking of wherever you are about that community hub in which you grew up in. Those leaders that were in the rooms, that were in the gyms, that created that opportunity for you, right? And that helped shape the person that you are today, wherever you are. Consider making a sizable donation that means something to you, right? So it can mean something for the next generation that's going to participate here at the Family Life. We appreciate you. Send your donation to Glad Tidings Community Development Corporation, and we will be excited to call you a partner in the work that we're doing here at the Family Life. God bless you.
Thank you, Chairman. This is great presentation. And I just want to say thank you to all of our speakers today. Thank you to all of our guests, all of our speakers. Again, thank you to all of you that joined. We really appreciate all of your contributions to our youth community center and to all the great work that you're doing. Now I'm going to take you on a little short tour. If you haven't had a chance to come to our Family Life Complex, today you're going to get a chance to view online. So you get some tour with us and we'll get a little bit of overview of our new community center. As has been mentioned, we're in our wonderful Chester McLaughlin Wellness Center and Gymnasium and Event Center. It's this wonderful 7,000 square foot facility for sports and other events, as well as for events such as receptions. So we're really fortunate to have this great facility. I think we're going to be moving on to our next room now. And say again, thank you for our guests. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
For another space, and I think we're moving to the canvas room now. Is that correct? I got to ask our team. Where are we going to next? I think we're ready to go to the canvas room now. All right, come with me.
Go there. All right.
Back to Mike. All right. Sorry about that. We're going on a tour now. And we'll be going next to our canvas room. All right. So this is our hallway going to the canvas room. Hold on just one moment. It's the first time we're having a traveling video. So we're still learning as we go. Bear with us as we are moving around our cameras. If you haven't had a chance to visit the Family Life Complex, we have over 10,000 square feet in the entire building, and the building has just finished in this September 2024. Our building has 5 main rooms: the gymnasium, the canvas room, the youth hub, sponsored by Fremont Bank, and the exercise room and the STEM room. And right now I'm standing right at the entrance. You can see the beautiful brick walkway that we have coming into the building. So this is the entrance of the building. And, we had a great Pass Me a Brick campaign this fall, but we're still looking for more people to join our brick campaign. If you're interested, we have still space for you here in our brick campaign. If you'd like to memorialize your family or your loved ones with the brick, that campaign is still going on as we still have space for you. So just that's an opportunity for you.
Clearing outside for a little bit.
There's room for probably another 250 bricks if you would like to join our brick campaign. You still have a chance to do that.
Dr. McLaren, isn't it great that we can just kind of maneuver and do some fun things? This has been a great day. This is so exciting. I remember when Bishop was talking about putting these bricks in here, everybody was like, man, that's a whole lot of bricks to put in there, Bishop. And lo and behold, everybody's named. I mean, people from all around the country are putting bricks down here.
Yeah.
Our presiding bishop sent in his money for a brick. Bishop Frank White and his family sent in a brick. There are so many families here. Deacon Mary Porter. Let's see the Edmonds family. Oh, wonderful. Deacon Warren Ross, the Lee family, Bishop Maynard. I mean, these are coming from all around the country. This is not just from Glad Tidings. These are coming from all around the country, people who believed in the vision of seeing this family life center come to pass. I tell the story. I said Bishop was talking about this building before we even had a place to build it. We were building the sanctuary, and Bishop was talking about building the family life center. I'm like, where? What? Like, we don't even. What land are we talking about? And people would come, and this one guy came, and he was like, "I'm getting ready to build the whole thing. I'm going to pay for it myself." And a couple weeks later, he was in the news for being a fraud.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, this has been a long time coming. And to see it come to pass and watch it from conception, I mean, I used to live in the same place where this building stands now. And to see what we sacrifice as a church, to see the time we sacrificed, and to see even this happen after COVID, when churches were closing down, people were closing down, and Bishop's talking about we're building up. I mean, it's to follow a visionary like Bishop Macklin through this journey has been absolutely nothing short of amazing. So we're just excited about what God is doing. We're going to give you a tour of the rest of the building. Give us just a second, a few minutes here. We're going to show you the rest of it. I know some of y'all have already seen it, but there's a lot more to see. We are standing outside of the canvas room, and that's the I like to call that the Bishop Macklin room.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
that's
I call it Bishop's favorite room.
yes, it is.
Bishop's
It
favorite
is
room.
definitely Bishop's favorite room. Whenever something was going on in that room, he was like, "No, let's do something else here. I want this
Yeah.
one to feel differently." Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure. So that's the canvas room. Then we have the game room right next door, which is when people walk into the room, I describe it like this: with all the TVs on the wall, I say PS5, Xbox, PS5, Xbox, PS5. Then there's a foosball table in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
My baby girls just learned how to play last week,
Awesome.
so
Awesome.
and I was sparing them nothing. I was
Okay.
flying that ball across the table, and they were having a great time. There's chess in there. Over the summer, we had a summer STEM program, and the kids learned chess with the professor all the way from Detroit, Michigan. Then we even have Pac-Man and NBA Jam from back in the day. Y'all, it's an amazing piece. So
Yeah.
after service right now on Sundays, kids come in here after service. After service, they come in here, it's just an amazing time to just hang out in this building and see what God is getting ready to do. Even the basketball league came up to us already, and they were trying to get the whole entire building. I was like, oh, I don't know if we can sell that much of it, but it's exciting to see what God is doing. So, Dr. McLaren, I'm going to leave it into your hands. We're going to
Okay.
put it back, and you can
All
walk us
right.
through the campus room in just a second here.
Okay. All right. We're back on track for getting to the canvas room. All right. As I mentioned, I call this Bishop's favorite room because, and we named it after his book, The Canvas. As you know, we named it the Canvas Room after the book that he's written. It's a wonderful room. I think a lot of opportunity to think about the future is about this room. It's a vision, leadership, and strategy. That's what this room is about. You know, how do we think about, how do we prepare for, how do we make sure that we're ready for the future? And the bishop has always been that inspirational leader to have us think about the future of how are we ready for it. So come on into the canvas room. As you can see, it's a beautiful room that can seat probably about 30 people, 30, 35 people that can be seated in this room. And it's a great place. The latest technology is available in this room, as well as help solve some of the world's greatest problems. So we're going to move on, I think, to another room. I think we're running out of time. We're going to move on from the Canvas room to our next room, which is our youth zone, which is sponsored by Fremont Bank. A youth zone, which is sponsored by Fremont Bank. And this is an even bigger room. And we're really fortunate to have the ability to have this great space here with a lot of, as Pastor Macklin mentioned, we have a lot of great technology in this room. We have five computers screens, which we're going to be using for gaming for our youth, allow gaming for our youth. We have a chess set here. We have a wonderful full service foosball machine, professional level. We have the ability, we have gathering space. We have a wonderful, I don't know what you call these machines, but it's basically a place you can run a podcast, soundproof booth, I call it, back in the day, and in a great space just for gathering for our youth. So our next room we're going to go down to is our STEM Center. We'll go down to the STEM Center next. STEM Center is our biggest classroom. Our STEM Center is our biggest classroom. And we have about, I think you can seat about 70 people, 65, 70 people in this room. And it's a great space as well for allowing thinking and creativity, promoting interest in learning and other things. We're fortunate today that we have with us Dr. Smith. I think we lost our cameraman, but we're going to keep talking because we're running out of time. And so we have Dr. Smith, Dr. Larry Smith, who is a renowned scientist, who talk a little bit about our STEM room.
I'd like to welcome all of you to the to our program today, and welcome you here to the STEM room. Now, I'm not sure what you can see in the STEM room, but as you can see, as Dr. McLaren said, it is one of the largest rooms in our center. And if you can envision with me, this is an area where we would like to stimulate these young minds that we have. If you can imagine the next uh, individual who's involved with something like SpaceX or SpaceLink, or something with voice over internet protocol, they could easily become the next Dr. Marion Croak, or someone involved in the life sciences, the biological sciences, involved with vaccine development, young physicians, young scientists, etc. We could even have someone along the lines of a Kismekia Corbett. All of these individuals can come from this particular program, and you can help us with stimulating these young individuals by giving to our program today. As you can see, we have some chessboards here. We can actually have a chess master come from this particular room. We can have we can have scientists involved with astronomy. We can also have individuals who are engaged in the arts and music as well. We plan to have all of these activities going on in this room. And just one more thing I'd like to mention is I'm not sure if you can see this particular Ferris wheel here on the side, but we actually had a summer camp that lasted about 3 days, and we had about 40 individuals who participated. These were just young students from the neighborhood and from the church as well. But they sat down, they put their minds together, and they actually put this particular Ferris wheel together. It was all done like say from matchsticks. If you can picture matchsticks laying all around, these students or these young individuals actually got together, got into little groups, and they put each little part together. They played their roles in it. They came together, put it here. They actually built the motor, and they did all of this within 3 hours. So as you can see, our students, kids in this neighborhood, etc., have the mental capacity to do all of these things. We just have to help stimulate them and get them to do it. You can be a part of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Thank you. Great job. We have one more room we're going to show you today, and that is, I want to try to show you, and that is our exercise room. It's a great space for individuals who like to work out and improve their health and fitness levels. We have electric bicycles, we have a treadmill, and we have weights that you could use. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it today, but it's a great facility as well that's available for you. So we're not going to be able to see it today. Our camera extension cord doesn't go far enough. That's, I think that's all we're going to be able to show on our tour today. I hope that you enjoyed the tour today. And I do want to say, as we're closing, thank you so much for being part of Giving Tuesday. Thank you for everything that you have done in the past and continue to do for Glad Tidings and for Glad Tidings Community Development. We really appreciate your working with us and being considered one of our partners and one of our team members. Um, so, Pastor Aaron, I just want to say thank you for your leadership. Thank you for all you've done for Glad Tidings, and thank you for supporting the CDC and all the work that you've done. So, would you like to say any closing words?
Yes, this is a team effort, and Dr. McLaren, you are so humble, but you told our bishop that you wanted to work for us for free, and I mean, who says that except people who are that deeply invested in the vision of what they believe our bishop is doing, following the voice of God. And I will just say this: I don't want to be coy, but the proof is in the pudding. That everything that Bishop has said and everything that we've sought out to do is going to get done by the mighty hand of God that is just over this entire campus. So this is not a one person thing. This does not just happen because one person said it. There's a whole lot of people making this happen. And we are so excited for each and every one of you who are investing in vision here at the Glad Tidings Community Development Corporation and, of course, the Glad Tidings Church. This has been a collaboration for a number of years. Matter of fact, the police chief, Brian Matthews, texted me yesterday. They're doing an audit, and the company said, "Well, let's talk to some of the people who you say you're in relationship with." And they called me. They said, "Do you have anything nice to say about Hayward PD?" I said, "Man, they've been on our side for a long time." So whenever we do community events, they're here. They're partnering with us as well, and so many council members and people from the state assembly, they've all come through and approved the work that we're doing here at Glad Tidings. And I'm excited about what God is doing. I remember when Chester McLaughlin came to our house for the very first time, and I was just floored because I was in, I think I might have been even in junior high or high school right at that time, and he walks in my room, and I just see like the door frame just getting ready to get knocked off the door, and Chester's right there. And he walks through the door, kind of dips down. He says, "Man, this room ain't clean." I was like, "Yeah, it is." He said, "All your stuff's in that closet." And I was like, "How did he know?" And he was a great friend, that just a great supporter of the vision here. Great family. We love Zeta and all the kids, and his mother-in-law, Mother Moore, is still here, a member of our church. And we're just grateful for so many who have been invested in this vision for a very, very long time. So please continue to sow, continue to give. Let's see this go further and further and further than what we see right now. Our bishop says it all the time. He says, "Go as far as you can see. And then once you get there, you'll be able to see even further." So thank you for believing in vision here at Glad Tidings and for what God is going to do for another 46 years here at Glad Tidings. We're getting ready to celebrate our bishop and our pastor of our church on this coming Sunday, Founders Day. I know this is for the CDC, but we're getting ready to celebrate them for dedicating 46 years of their life and more to ministry and building this community and building this church. So if you're here with us on Sunday, come on down, celebrate us, shoot Bishop a text, tell him you love him and you appreciate all the work that he's done for us. But until that time, Dr. McLaren, thank you so much for so much work that you've done for helping us stay together and putting this together. and all of the staff that helps us from Glad Tidings, from the CDC, and so many others. Thank you for everything you do. Let's continue to lift people higher, and let's continue to see this vision completed. God bless you.